Hello, welcome to Prusa Live 42. I'm Matt Stoltz, and with me is Mikla Sousa and Joseph Prusa, as always. Super happy to see you guys as we end out June. We've got a really great show, I think. I'm going to say that all the time, but we've got a lot of news. We've got a great guest. You know, it's going to be good. So let's kick things off right away with our Printables Printables picks of the week. So what do you got, Mickey?
I'm so torn between two models. I still don't know what to showcase, but I guess I will go with the practical one. Or Joe, do you want to start? Okay, he hasn't. He's almost ready. Okay, my practical thingy is this radius gauge, because digital.
Almost picked that one also.
Did you? Yeah, like you have digital calipers and you want to model something and you can measure everything, except for the rounded edges and things that are rounded, because you just sort of guess where the center of the radius is. But with this, you can just put this on it, and you have both the inside, inner and outer. So it is super useful. It is by Mibla. It's on Printables. It was featured. It's pretty great model.
Yeah, I've laser cut one before, but I really love that this one comes with the the top and bottom plate to keep everything together.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's kind of like if you've ever used a feeler gauge. They come in the little things. You slide out the feeler gauges, and it's super useful.
It's great.
Keeps it nice and organized.
I
All
see
right,
what I see what Joe has. It's so cute.
I don't have one, but I have three. There's one. There's two. And then there is 3 alpacas from Vexter.
Yes.
It's
I had to. But they are so great, so detailed.
one has like a sweater.
And so jazzy.
Yeah.
The Wexter crew all came to Prague to visit, and now there's alpacas.
Yeah, Miklos, do you have... I guess we should have prepared that, but... Vexter feeding alpacas picture. Maybe we can find it somewhere.
I can take a look if I have something. Yeah. Great models. Okay, thanks Vexter for uploading like to Printables.
Yes,
And thanks
absolutely.
for coming. Thanks for coming here. It was fun. Okay,
Yes.
Matt, what do you have?
All right, so I have not very practical, but definitely fun for some summertime shenanigans. I have the Pocket Catapult by Tomo Designs. So this is a little 3D printed. It has a 3D printed spring, and you just pull it back, and you can put something in there, and it sends it flying. Let's see, I've got a little piece of paper here. I can ball up. Let's see if the camera captures this. Put it in. Oh,
It's
fire
gone.
there. Yeah. Here's a laser cut star. That'll fire. Pull it back and yeah, too fast on the camera. It's fun. I was actually relatively surprised at how straight and fast the projectiles go out of it. So yeah, tons of fun for your kids or your 40-some-year-old kids. So yeah, Tomo Designs Pocket Catapult, super fast print too, just over an hour. Full,
Awesome.
one little plate. The plate of it prints on a mini. So.
I did find some pictures of Vexter just, giggling as we
Yes.
play with the alpacas. It was so fun.
Oh, what was that muscular guy?
Noob showing off the guns there.
They're just so fun.
Yeah, and we just after that we sheared them, so they are
Yeah.
not so hot.
They're so much smaller now. They're like so thin.
Yeah, they are like
Yes.
little deer.
Okay.
Strange creatures. All right. So so we've got some news. Obviously, contests are now kind of always running crazy contests. There's a few days left to get in the fidget toys contest. You guys are really pumping out some fun things in that one.
There's so much going on all the time.
Yeah. Keeping my head straight as to which one is the current ones sometimes gets a little tricky. That being said, when I first launched the Flash contest, I put together like a list of like 6 months worth of topics, and I'm almost out of topics there. So I'm constantly coming up with new ideas, but I get the best ideas when I talk to you guys. So please tell me ideas for Flash contests. I would love to hear what you guys think there.
Oh my god!
Live chat or comments under the video later.
Twitter, live chat, comments. You guys know how to get in touch with me.
Oh my god! I just checked the fidget toys entries, and I will be printing a lot of these.
Right. There's so many fun ones. There's so many fun ones. I'm not going to discuss any of my standouts right now, but yeah, you guys are definitely coming up with some great ideas. Next theme launches Friday. Cameras and photography contest still has lots of time left. 32 days. So a little over a month. So yeah, that one's really kicking butt too. So thank you guys for getting all of that in there. We love to see what you guys are coming up with. So yeah. What did we do this weekend, guys?
We had a ton of fun. It was great.
Yeah, we went to a little town that some of you know of called Goshen, Indiana, for an event that I hope all of you guys know of called MRRF. So we spent the weekend with so many members of the community, getting to see people that we haven't seen in far too long. It felt great. Thus far, all of our team is healthy and safe coming back, but it was just an absolute blast. You guys had so many fantastic projects there, and Murph is always just such a great event.
Yeah, it was a quick trip for us.
Yeah.
We flown there.
Yeah, you and Mickey were barely there.
Yeah, I mean, we did one full day. I mean,
Right.
10 hours at the show and 30 hours of traveling
But it
for
was-
you guys.
Worth it. It was fun.
Yes.
Yeah. Murph is always worth it. Really loved it. Did you guys have any standouts? I mean, Mickey, I know that those 3D printed Guitar Hero guitars.
It was so fun. It was so. I came back like 4 times, and I kept ramping up the difficulty on that, and yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I thought it was very fun seeing a lot of the things a lot of guests that we've had on Prusa Live, right? And seeing the things that they're working on, and seeing some of those projects in person. Like Paul's print shift and yeah.
I mean, I'm seeing just so many things on this video because I didn't get all that much time to go around and explore everything because I was always talking with someone.
Yeah.
And I signed all the Mark IIIs there.
Oh yeah, you signed a lot of them.
And then some other printers too.
And some more on.
Yeah. I still miss 60.
Yeah, so for example, Chris had this like black light on the Mark III. That was fun. It doesn't come great across on the video, but I tried to take some pictures. It's really like it was the Prusa orange and the 2 colors he was printing with. It was shining so hard. Not to mention like this whole insanity of the like rubber balls underneath with a desk on it. I don't even know.
I actually talked to them. They were orange glass marbles underneath.
Okay.
Because they almost looked like they were pieces of candy, and with the black light, like they looked kind of chocolate brown. Like it was so confusing as to what all was there.
The original Prusa look.
Yeah,
that's fun. Yeah, this is from 3D Printing World. The fully printed printer.
Right.
Even the bearings are printed. Like this is some impressive stuff.
Did he go all this way?
Yeah,
Nice.
It's crazy. I guess that's it. That's
Yeah.
what I have. So, yeah, I had a blast. I think everyone there had a blast.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time. Really loved it.
Oh, Josh Designs is in the chat. Mate, thank you for letting me play your guitars. I think we will be printing some here in the Prague office.
Yeah.
It seems to me like you need a dedicated Guitar Hero station that like there's a projector shining on a wall, like a wall in a hallway where there's like a cheapo projector shining Guitar Hero on it, and guitars mounted to the wall where you can just walk down the hallway and play Guitar Hero anytime you want. Like
I used to play so much Guitar Hero.
Did you? Yeah, really?
Yeah.
And actually, one of my first projects was converting the cheap plastic guitar it came with into a Bluetooth MIDI controller.
Oh.
That was one of my first Arduino projects.
Okay. Neat.
Yeah, pretty nifty. All right. Speaking of the community that we got to hang out with so much at Murph, we have a new community feature as part of Printables. So the community feed is live.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so now you have the opportunity to follow your friends and your favorite designers, and get an idea of what they're working on, and in a real way. So as they post makes, they'll show up in your feed as new designs from designers get posted. Designers that you follow, they'll show up. So it's an easy way to kind of keep track without having to go to their page over and over again and see if they have any new designs. Yeah.
And just pure inspiration and creativity.
Right.
Nothing too serious.
We have a whole new blog post about all the changes on Printables. So there's a community feed. There's even a video, so you can check it out. But we also talk about all the other things like the improvements of search. Then you have the optional logins with accounts from Google, Facebook, or Apple ID. You don't have to remember another password. You just tap log in with Google, and that's that. If that's what you want to do, you can connect them later, disconnect them later. I feel like I wish every service I'm using had it done like this way. Sometimes it's such a pain to like.
When you create new account with this, and then you decide you don't want to log with the social account.
You can't.
You can't.
Yeah,
you're stuck.
So.
Or if you use Apple and use the hidden email, it's just some random stuff, and you have to use that
forever. Yeah, and you can't even get that email, right? So
I think it should be forwarded to yours, but
fair enough. Yeah, some smaller improvements, even some improvements behind the scenes that you normally don't get to see. Like we now have a magic button that when you press it, the text goes to translators, and when they translate it, magically it just appears on the side translated. So it's like very nice for us, like quality of life thing.
Yeah, I mean, all these custom systems we've done over the years.
Yeah, we have. Printables has their, its own YouTube channel and also its own accounts on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit. If you use those, it would really make my day if you followed it, because those accounts are new and they don't have that many subscribers and that many followers. And we do really try hard to keep you on these channels up to date on what's happening with Printables. So if you're at all interested in that, consider subscribing to the YouTube or follow it on Twitter or join the subreddit.
It's at Printables.com on both both Twitter and Instagram.
It is.
So easy to find.
Yes. So let us know what you think about it. We've been working on that for a long time. We also had it planned basically since day one of Prusa printers, but obviously that's not what you can start with. You need to make makes, collection, liking things, all the things that actually will display in the community
feed into it.
Yeah. So
we had to get all the pieces to make community feed make sense, and I think it makes all the more sense now because there are so many of you out there too that this is an easy way to make sure that new updates from your favorite designers don't get kind of lost in the flood that is coming in now, which is fantastic. So,
and we do implement half of the things in this update are your suggestions, like improve the search, do this and that. So we do read everything in the chat. Sometimes I just go back and read it back because it kind of scrolls fast, but we do read it. We shift our priorities based on what you guys ask us to do. So please let us know if you have anything you'd like to tell us about Printables or anything else, really.
Yeah. We are very happy how it's going.
Yeah, it's going.
Yeah.
That's a good feedback when people just use it, and so many more new models, users, activity, just everything is just going up and up and up. It's nice.
The number of people that came up to me at MRRF and said, Printables is just fantastic. Like, it's so nice to have something that actually works and isn't, a mess. Like, what you guys are doing just really, really works. It's just, it makes you feel good. So.
Yeah, and we had at MRRF, we had the QR code thingy, right? So
yes,
when we now attend bigger events or just events that we really like, you can scan the QR code on the Printables roll-up banner, and you will get a badge, event visitor, which is fun.
I got one.
I got one as well.
So did I.
Nice.
So in the chat was someone who was at MRRF and scanned it. Can you raise your hand?
Yeah, right. Raise your hand if you scan the QR code. I know that some people scan it at MRRF. CNC Kitchen forgot to scan the QR code.
Oh.
Yeah, tough life,
well,
I guess.
Stefan, I told you to scan it, and you did not. Sorry.
Some people got it.
But there will be plenty of events.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But that's a progressive badge, too, right? Like, every event that you go to, you should scan because you'll get higher and higher ranks, just like many of the other badges. So
I mean, if we would do like event-specific badges, it would be too evil if someone just I don't know couldn't come, due to being sick or something.
Printables needs a trending tab there. That's basically there. Just sorted by most liked in the past 7 days or something.
Yeah,
or most
liked, most downloads, most makes. Yeah, there's lots of options there. Yeah, already there.
I guess I guess I'm sidetracking a tiny bit, but it's such a great thing that I feel like people don't really know about. Like if you do most downloads in the last 7 days, that's I guess what you know about. But then you can do a filter on the left, like publish time past month. So now it's, only the models published in the last month, and then counting the downloads in the last 7 days and sorting by that. So you're getting only like fresh models, but the ones that are popular. I feel like that's really, really nice.
Yeah. We will be changing the default sorting too, right?
Yeah, and the UI of this is already different on the test server because you guys told us that it's not clear. You keep telling us that like where this is, so we are changing it. So that's better.
Add dark mode, please.
Ah, yes. Yeah, but do you think we're gonna give it to you for free? No way. No way. You're gonna have to work for that a little bit.
It should be like you only get it if you're logging into Printables at night in your current time zone, like, or, regular times, like
yeah. Oh, filtering by license would be great. You can filter by license. It's there in the left panel. You can like search only models in the public domain. You can do that.
How was it to sign 1,000 flames?
I think making that filtering area a little bit more visible would be useful because it's easy for people to miss because you do have to like scroll down on the side there. Yeah.
The thing we don't have right now is filtering of search results, but it's in the queue as many other features. We will do that eventually.
Right. Fantastic. We have another blog post that came out this past week, and it's our sustainability post.
Yes, it is.
So, we're very aware that we are, a company that uses a lot of plastics and encourages the use of a lot of plastics. And, those can definitely have an environmental impact. So, Joe and the owners definitely, looked at how can they start to mitigate some of those in ways that make sense. And
I would say we use plastics for printing, but also by printing stuff at home, you save so much.
Yep.
Because you don't have any packaging which serves the purpose just so you can bring it safely home and then you throw it away, or it doesn't have to travel all around the planet. So I don't think this is such a big problem, and especially because you can repair things thanks to printing, and you can print stuff which is exactly for you. So. There's nothing like you get something, it doesn't fit, then you return it and it just goes to the trash. So in this regard, I think 3D printing is very sustainable, but we as a company during the production of the printers and with the new products we can make everything more sustainable.
Right. And as part of that, we, as Mickey was kind of showing you there, if you go to the blog post, at the bottom of the blog post, there's a survey that we would love to have you guys fill out to try to get more ideas of how you guys are all, feeling and thinking about sustainability, and how we can use that to impact what the company is doing. So yeah, right there, right before you get to all the social buttons, short questionnaire, your feedback. So please, take a few seconds, fill out the questionnaire.
I always have a little warning in my head whenever a company talks about like sustainability. It's like another greenwashing,
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing this. We're so green. Like we're really trying to not do that. The questionnaire is, it asks some tough questions. Like not, is this important for you? But like, sort it. Like what is more important for you? And those questions are kind of, hard, maybe a little bit to put it really on paper, like what is important for you. So
Vladimír Víšek, who is the head of sustainability and wrote the article, he actually started an initiative which is called Stop Greenwashing, because there is a lot of bullshit in like carbon offsetting, which just simply doesn't work or is not done properly. So really something which you could call greenwashing will not fly with Vladimir.
Yeah.
So that is very good, and he has a long experience, including at IKEA headquarters. So I think he is more than good.
Yeah. If you're at all interested in that, check the article out, and if you want to share your opinion with us, please fill the questionnaire. Yeah. It will give us a lot of useful data.
I'm also working with the sustainability team to launch some of our flash contests to actually focus specifically on those topics of, you know, reducing waste, you know, upcycling things. So actually, this coming Friday's contest is in partnership with the sustainability team. So
cool.
Little fun one there. Little sneak peek. All right. And then, last but not least, snuck it in right under the wire as we were putting together the plan for this show.
God. I can't believe it's been 20 minutes and we still haven't talked about PrusaSlicer.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah, haven't hit PrusaSlicer yet. So yeah. So today we released the alpha version of PrusaSlicer 2.5. You know, so lots of amazing updates that Mickey will try to speed you through here in a second. But I just want to remind you guys, it's an alpha, so it's not going to be perfect. But the more feedback we get from you guys, the faster we can make it perfect. Yes. So download it, give it a try, and let us know how you guys feel about it. Mickey, what are they going to get?
I guess I'm going to go quickly through. What do they win? We might have some extra time in the end of the show to look at some more stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
But there is another great changelog with the 2.5 alpha that kind of shows you all the things. But I guess you can just, you know, go check that out. I have PrusaSlicer open right now. And okay, first thing you notice, I am in the speed view, so I see different color is different speed. And there is something strange happening. You know, the infill doesn't start at the full speed, and the perimeter, the inside perimeter, and also the outside perimeter is not being printed at a constant speed. What we added into the print settings speed is it's called pressure equalizer. Think about it as like smooth transitions of speed.
Yeah. So I mean, if you use
linear advance.
Linear advance, then you take the filament out and get it back. But I mean, if your plastic is like really being pushed a lot during very fast infill, you take back and return the same amount. So you still have a bulge on the outside. So this way, you can go. The difference between the slow and fast parts can be much higher.
Yeah. So the lower this number is, that's acceleration. It took me actually a bit to figure this out. That's acceleration. So the lower the number is, the smoother will the transitions be. You can see now that, you know, the acceleration is higher, so the change in speed is faster.
Yeah, but I don't think it has to be all that long, because the printers are printing quite well without any of this.
Yeah.
So just experiment what works for you and what works for
we are still
plastic.
We are still also experimenting with the values. But yeah, in a nutshell, this can work together with linear advance. It just smooths, you know, when you're printing something really quick and the next part is slow, it won't be a sudden change, but it will like slowly like ease out between those two speeds. And, you know, printers like to make things smoothly, no sudden extreme changes. So that's one thing. Another thing is, if I go back into something more traditional, look at this parameter right here. It gets suddenly wider and then thinner again. That's the Arachne slicing engine. First of all, huge shout out to Cura for implementing that first. Both slicers are open source. We are now like taking the good things from each other, so both slicers get better at a faster rate. Go open source, this is amazing. And yeah, so you can actually turn that off and go back to the classic generator, and then you will see the good old gap fill. So now here the extrusion line is the same with the whole time, and then you have some gaps and they need to be filled. and that sometimes makes really awkward things, like these little lines that are super thin. So yeah, the new one that's default, it's just smarter, and it can change it on the fly to make it thicker or thinner as needed. So I think that's like basically changes how 3D printing kind of works fundamentally. That's like a huge change. I'm really looking forward to playing with that more.
Yeah.
And lastly, what I have open, boom, there's no infill. What's gonna happen on the top? And then suddenly there's a ton of infill for the lines to bridge over. So yeah, that's the lightning infill. We did have the adaptive cubic infill for a while, also the adaptive cubic support infill. So this is just like a more extreme version of that, basically. Yeah, no infill. The only thing this cares about is supporting top layers, nothing else. So yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah,
saves you printing time.
Great way to save printing time and reduce the amount of plastic that you're using.
Yeah, and I love the other stuff too. For example, the way that the slicer now tries to hide the seams on the inside of the objects where you can't see them, like if you see on this benchy.
And even if you can see it, it's now trying to make like a more continuous line, so it doesn't look as jarring when it's like scattered all around the place. And there is, as always, there's just so much more the PrusaSlicer team has put in. So if you're interested, go check out the first alpha. It's called Alpha 2. The first alpha wasn't public, so this is actually the first public release of the slicer.
Yes. Wow.
That took 5 minutes. I think that's pretty fast.
But it's not adequate to how big this update is. So we can get back to it at the end.
Yeah. And we will cover it more in separate videos and articles and everything.
Yeah.
Right. The big takeaway is go download it. Give us your feedback.
Yes.
Help us make it better, because we need more people pounding on it to know what's wrong. So we appreciate it. All right. So let's go ahead and bring in our guest. So with us today we have Maurice from Dreaming Robots.
Hey, Maurice.
Hello, Maurice.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Howdy. There's a delay on YouTube, so yes, you
Just turned that off.
Yeah.
you had that shocked face, like, wait, they're talking about something else. How am I here? So we get that every once in a while.
It's a quick transition.
Yeah. So Maurice is from Dreaming Robots. Dreaming Robots makes a product called the electric eel wheel. The electric eel wheel is an electric spinning wheel that is, most traditional wheels are made out of wood and have treadles. This is a plastic wheel that uses, motors, just like lots of other things. But the fun bit is a lot of the accessories and the extras that you want. Maurice has opened those designs up for you to download and print on your own 3D printers. So Maurice, thank you for joining us. I gave a little explanation there, but is there a better kind of explanation of what you would say these electric spinning wheels are?
Yeah, I think you did a great job. It's just, I think, I got into 3D printing quite a while ago, and I'm sort of surprised more. I'm a small, family-run business, and I'm just surprised there aren't more companies like me that are making these 3D printed parts, because I find that it isn't a whole lot of people that end up using them, but it's these extreme enthusiasts that they want to have, the option to customize their spinning wheels or add new colored bobbins and things like that. And it's just super helpful to spread the word, because you get this core group of people that are really into the spinning wheel, and they help sort of spread the word. It's sort of like free advertising. But even if there wasn't that, I would probably do it. I've been sort of in the maker community even longer than 3D printers have been around in the consumer space. It's something that I feel is right. And now that I have my own business, I'm just going to do what I want to, not what necessarily I'm told I should do.
Yeah, and I think bobbins are a great example there of how how well this kind of works. Of, you know, my wife has a traditional spinning wheel, and, you know, the wooden bobbins and everything for it are relatively expensive for her to get extra bobbins, and you always kind of want more bobbins, especially like, you know, you get some new, you know, wool that you want to spin, but you're not done with something else. And, you know, having lots of bobbins gets relatively expensive, but just being able to print your own, you know, cheaply is fantastic.
Absolutely. I think also sort of talking to sustainability that you mentioned earlier in your video here. I mean, the fact that, I have a lot of customers around the world, and my bobbins aren't that expensive. I injection mold everything now. I've reached sort of that volume where all my parts are injection molded, but being able to, you know, print locally the parts that you need is definitely got to be an environmental win. I mean, I haven't like done the research to prove it, but I just can't imagine that shipping things versus 3D printing things around the world.
And all the packaging material inside.
Right.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, kind of, I love, don't get me wrong, I love the amazing worldwide shipping infrastructure the world has. I think it's very helpful. Right. But when you get flexibility in my designs, and I had a 3D printer at that time, so I could just iterate and modify my designs so much and so easily prototype. I would say the most important, you know, there's two big ways I use 3D printing. It's for prototyping and then making these models that my customers can, you know, print for free themselves. And both of those are really important.
Right. So you used to host your files in other places, but you've recently moved your files over to Printables, which we greatly
thank you for that.
But,
yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I made that change not too long ago. I actually, I have a monthly newsletter, and I haven't even told my own community. You guys found out I did that so quick, but you made it so easy too. I was like, it was incredible. Like, you had that import feature, and I just imported all my files. And most of the time, I don't even use those features. I kind of like having all the control myself, but I used that, and I was like, the fields aren't the same. How is it going to do this? But it imported things amazingly well. And then I think the thing that's most useful to me is just how responsive your website is sort of compared to what I used to be using. And then it's got all these nice search features and things that it just are sort of cake on the top, or, you know, icing on the cake. But I was really impressed with how much more I liked it. I thought the other one was just fine. And but yeah, you guys have put together a really great site.
Thank you. That's not nice to hear. Really.
Well, we appreciate you coming over.
There's a lot of hacking, like you say, the fields. Like we are mapping Thingiverse categories to our categories because, you know, we sorted them out differently. So we're doing like, this might go here, this might go here. It's not perfect, but gets the job done.
It definitely was good enough for me. I was like, this is better than I would do, and it was like instantaneous, you know, took whatever the import instead of hours and hours of my time importing all my old models. So I really appreciate what you guys do with both the slicer and printables, because not all 3D print companies do that. And I used to, before I had this business on my own, I did software design of low-level drivers for phones and stuff. And I know like the software is always sort of overlooked by a lot of companies, but you guys seem to really realize how important that is for the markets. It helps me for sure. Like you're thanking me for the compliment to you, but really I'm thanking you guys because, you know, I can't do that in my business, but you guys sort of provide something that helps a lot of other small businesses.
So, you know, you've kind of hit a point that you know we are in with too, which is, you know, where's that benefit between injection molding and 3D printing. You know, we took the you know, the front of the Mini and said, hey, this is just a giant slab of plastic that we're not going to be changing very often. It takes a long time in the overall print time of the Mini. Like, let's get this injection molded. You know, where do you kind of find those? Go ahead, Joe.
Well, we actually inject mold them in house, so we know what goes into it. So we know it's recycled plastics. So, it's not somewhere that they just tell it's recycled, but it's virgin.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Where do you find some of those cutoffs, Maurice, between like where you go printed and where you go injection molded?
I have actually never sold 3D printed parts for my spinning wheels. What I did was, like I said, I did laser cut spinning wheels for a while.
Right.
And then once I had volume that was probably over 1,000, I said, okay, now injection molding makes sense. And I just didn't want to deal with having multiple sources for parts. So I just kind of waited until my volume was 1,000, where I thought injection molded makes sense, other than all of the prototypes and things that I make.
How's the transition from a 3D printed prototype that works to an injection molded part that works?
For my parts, I would say that like I outsource all of the plastic part making. I don't do it in house like you guys, but so for me, it takes about a month to get my molds made, and then I usually assume that there's maybe 2 additional tuning steps where we get all of the fits just the way I want them, and each of those takes a few weeks. So it's generally not too bad going. And the other big thing is I design my parts assuming that they're going to be injection molded. So
Right.
I researched all of the requirements for injection molding. Keeping like the walls uniform thickness is like a big thing for injection molding. And with 3D printing, that doesn't matter at all. So what I find is with my models, I get lots of supports, because injection molding just seems to lead to more supports because you're designing your parts differently. And then when I make parts that are 3D printable, I'll often sort of change the design for like bobbins and things to make them print better.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and you actually get your molds quite quickly. We don't have the capacity to make them in house, but it definitely is not that quick.
Yeah, actually, I guess I should say that that's what I'm supposed to get them in. Sometimes they do take longer depending on how busy the factory is and stuff. But I would say I get them about that fast half of the time, maybe. So.
And do you just design the fits, I guess, a bit tighter, and then you take out a bit of the material so they fit better? I guess.
Yeah, that's generally the preferred method. Oddly, I don't get charged more if they have to add. So the way they handle it, if they have to add material into the molds, is they like apply a small amount of weld in the area, and then they machine that away, which sounds way worse to me. So I try to avoid that. But there have been a few times where we've had to do that kind of a mistake, and they never charged me extra for that, which is strange.
Nice.
I imagine it just depends on the company you're working with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nifty.
I see some
I don't
alpacas.
remember what I had next.
Oh, what do you think about alpaca fiber?
Alpaca fiber, well, that's very I know you guys like alpacas, but we have llamas, so there's the big llama versus alpaca wars. No, I mean, both. I think anytime you have sort of an animal like that, and it's pretty fun to be able to raise them and go from basically grass to fiber. That's kind of amazing, and it really gets you in connection with. It gives you a feel for how things used to work, and that's kind of fun in our modern society.
Well, what I find interesting that our 3 boys, each of their wools or fiber feels differently. For example, Joe's fiber is the most comfy.
Of course it is.
And Andrei's is very scratchy. So, so it has to be. Sorry.
Have you looked at it under a microscope? I bet you that the one that feels better is going to be like a thinner fiber.
Well, we actually did not.
That's
we
usually
actually
the
did not
difference.
yet.
But they have the technology.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
All you need is a cheap microscope, and you can kind of look at it. Even a calipers work. I've used, or no,
Oh, really?
Micrometer.
Micrometer,
Yeah. I've used that.
We'll find a way.
We can X-ray it just for the fun of it.
Oh yeah, you guys have got all the toys.
Right. Unfortunately, we didn't catch you before your last Kickstarter ended. You just finished a Kickstarter for the Mini Eel Wheel 2, I believe, or is it Mini or Micro?
It's a Nano, but
Nano. Okay,
small one.
Almost.
Yes, there you go. Yes. But if our viewers want to, find more out about your products, find more out about your wheels, where would they find you?
Yep, that site, dreamingrobots.com is sort of my main page. And from there, I have links to all my YouTube videos and things. Or there's under the link section, there's a link to all the 3D models and stuff. So yeah, you can find everything you need to from there. At the bottom of the page, there's my YouTube videos and stuff. So that's the place to go if you're interested in learning more about my products.
Fantastic. Well, we really appreciate you coming on and chatting with us about, what it's like using 3D printing in your manufacturing business and these fun little spinning wheels.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. It was a blast talking to you guys.
Yeah.
We now need to make one of your spinners to make some hats from our alpaca wool.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see Mickey sitting here on Prusa Live, just slowly some yarn.
Yeah, you definitely have the 3D printers for it.
Yeah, it looks very relaxing, just pulling on it.
Yeah, and I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by your product, so I'm just researching your webpage right now.
Yeah, it is definitely fun, even with the treadle wheel, because the treadle wheel has that also that like you're moving your feet in a rhythmic pattern, and it helps you kind of get into a daze on it. So it is definitely fun. All right. Thank you very much, Maurice.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
So should we talk Slicer a bit more?
Yeah, we have the...
Let's do a Prusa Live contest.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Let's do show us your prints, and then we'll come back around to Slicer.
Yeah, I mean my hat is, I used to handle jet lag a bit better 5-7 years ago.
I also hope
2-3 years ago when we were all used to it.
Yeah.
Maybe when I did like 30 flights a year.
Right.
30 trips.
I also hope we're not gonna black out again the stream, because there's like massive lightnings just smashing all around us.
Yes. If we do disappear, guys, it's because Joe and Mickey lost power. So.
Yeah. This building does not have power panic, so that's that.
Yeah. All right. So every show we give you guys an opportunity to win some filament via the Prusa Live Show Us Your Prints contest. So what we ask is you guys take a picture of the things that you're printing every month. Make sure that the photo is on the bed of your printer and submit it to us over Twitter via the hashtag #PrusaLive. We don't tell anyone else that this contest is going on. It's just for you guys watching the show, and all three of our winners will take some filament home. So if you win, shoot me a DM over Twitter, and we'll work out getting you your filament. Who do we have in third place, Mickey?
Number 3, Zeppelmacht Sache. I guess like some German roots or something. And this is a print of a model by Eastman, and I love it. I mean, look at it. It's it's the Batman Who Loves, but I'm getting like strong like Dark Souls or like the kind of vibe.
I'm pretty sure this came from some alternative universe Batman thing that went on, but I'm not 100% positive on that.
So good.
Yeah, a lot of details in this model. Such a great model, and that Mark III did such a fantastic job, producing it. And again, you have to give something for someone who's taking the time to set up the photograph well with that extra accent lighting and things.
Yeah.
Mystic Green picks up those accent lights.
Well,
just
it's
so
just
well.
filament.
Oh, is it? Okay, I missed that. Oh yeah, I see that now. It looks like Mystic Green from here.
Top-notch print. Congrats, winning. That's our number 3. Going to number 2, and this is what Matt was nerding about. I was nerding about the previous one.
Yeah.
It's by Raptoron, and it's the Sea-Duck from Tailspin.
Wow.
Yeah.
So colorful.
Right. So Graphitomi did this model. There's been a bunch of prints going on of it. I need to get the right colors. I need to get that right yellow so I can do it. I grew up with Tailspin as a regular like after school cartoon and things like that, and just absolutely loved the whole world that they created there, and absolutely wanted this plane when I grew up to it's a seaplane to just travel around the world, and now I can have a little mini one, and so hopefully very soon it will be right up there over top of my head of one of these. Raptoron did an amazing job printing it, as he often does. He's a regular of both a designer with us and here on Prusa Live. So it's fantastic.
And shout out to Graphit for the model.
Yeah,
it's great.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love having that high quality of a model up on Prusa printers. It's just fantastic. And you don't need an MMU for that, everyone. That is put it all together. So.
Okay, and we're going to our number 1, and that's an completely insane PrusaSlicer paint job.
Yeah. There was kind of no question on this one. I mean, the model is fantastic. The paint job is fantastic. The color choices that he picked for everything are fantastic. It's just so good.
It doesn't look 3D printed. It's so good.
That is very nice.
So 3D print paint, I guess painting now takes a different form for this model, because that's painting in PrusaSlicer.
Right.
But yeah, that's just so good.
Yeah, love it.
I love it.
Congrats on winning. You have the first place.
Yep. And we have a couple shout outs too. Like Mickey and I had a hard time on this one.
So it was hard. From me, my quick shout out. I love Hayao Miyazaki and his work.
Oh yeah.
So the print in place, Totoro, jewelry storage where his belly twists and you can look in the inside.
Really adorable, really fun
so
model.
Good.
Yeah, and it's a print in place.
Yeah.
I bet it is, because how would you get it inside?
It would pretty much have to be. Yeah.
So that's amazing. And then one more shout out. Here we go. Yeah, by Ogrin Chainmail.
Yeah. This one I loved because it was almost a double entry. So he has the print that's on the bed, but it's also a Prusa-made upgraded mini that he did it on. And I love that.
It freaks me out. The printer is so good.
Right.
Mickey, why don't we have one here?
Yeah, we need to make one.
Mickey.
I almost stole the mini from Murph so I could bring it home and do one of these. and then I realized that we had shipped it complete and I didn't have the room to pack it up. So, but yeah.
So good.
Definitely want one.
Oh, that's okay. The chat is discussing something. How many colors is this? You have
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh my god, is it like 9 colors?
I don't think so. There's a gray just for the nails and
the stitches.
And the screws and the axe.
And there.
So you have brown, red, black, blue, green, white, beige. That's 7. I don't think I said the silver, so that's 8. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you?
Definitely some swaps going in there. So.
I guess what you can do is schedule, the MMU will do the changes in one layer, and then if there's we can have 5 colors max in one layer, but you can switch the colors after that. So
and I think people will be happy about some upcoming upgrades to MMU.
The new MMU firmware is so much clearer with what it does.
Right.
It's nice.
More news next time.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Hidden
Super excited about that one.
Hidden stroopwafels. Yes, there are many hidden stroopwafels.
Around the factory?
Yes, everywhere. In the Excel, DevDan, in here in content, they're everywhere. I'm still eating them every day, and I do enjoy that. I do enjoy that very much.
I mean, there's far worse things that the Wexter crew could have left around the office than stroopwafels. Like, if you just magically find a stroopwafel during your day, it's a lot worse than, or a lot better than,
And you know how the Excel has the pull-up draft shield? Pokon has hidden some stroopwafels under the heat bed, but he pulled up the draft shield, so it's not visible. I wonder if they, moved the bed all the way down, and they were like, why doesn't the Excel bed go all the way down? And they were like, oh, stroopwafels. That makes a lot of sense.
It's a new form of a bug. It's a stroopwafel.
Yeah. Yes.
What time do we have? We have 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
Yeah, we have 7 minutes.
We had a ton of questions.
So I will start with classic, the mini Wi-Fi. So mini Wi-Fi is working, but now we are stuck at ST USB stack, which is buggy. And either we are trying to fix it, or we are going to switch to another one. And if it will take long, we will just release it with this. And just if you are uploading something, the communication with the USB drive, thanks to some timeouts in the USB stack, is iffy.
It just sometimes turns off, right? Like in the USB stack.
Yeah. There's a bug and it's from ST, and they are refusing to provide any support on it. But at least if we release it like this, you can control the printer. But yeah, that is the status. Then we had a lot of Excel questions. I was talking to a lot of people at MRRF about this. It is quite difficult. We are trying or waiting for the parts for 100 prototypes. We want for widespread internal testing here, but parts are delayed, and we will probably have to replace the power supply because the Delta can't supply that many.
Oh.
And all this fun stuff. So expect an update article in, I would say, next couple of weeks.
That was such a clean solution, having the 2 power supplies, and then if you buy more extruders, you just add the third one.
Yeah, but
somehow
they are not proving to be such a great partner as they wanted to be. Because
I guess
someone is paying more.
That sucks. What do we have here?
The firmware will with the mini Wi-Fi, the firmware will flash the ESP for you.
It's so cool. It has the ESP firmware in the firmware for the printer, like saved, so it just flashes that. That's really cool.
Bob wants to know where he can get the fried cheese recipe for the Czech fried cheese dish that he ate while he was there. Which makes me think we should put together the Prusa cookbook of traditional dishes from Czech Republic.
I'm typing in Google what in the chat what you should Google.
So it's idam, which is coated in like flour, egg, and then breadcrumbs.
Yeah, like
and you do that twice, so the melted cheese doesn't go.
And you deep fry it.
And you deep fry it
quickly at high time.
And edam is like Dutch edam, but like a Czech version. So not so sharp, quite young cheese, which is pliable, and at least 40% fat, so it's like oozy.
And tartar sauce. And I guess fries, but my favorite is just potatoes.
Yeah,
wonderful.
Otherwise it's too much fried things. What nozzle size does Prusa Farm run when printing the printer parts? Most of it is 0.4. There are some...
Sorry?
The nozzle diameter for the farm printers.
Yeah, mostly it's 0.4, but there's 0.5 for the bigger parts.
For some big parts.
Yeah, we are quite optimized by now.
But we did like the mini front plate and the end plate. Those were printed with that, but they are now injection molded because they're not being changed anymore, and they're really big parts that took a lot of time. So sometimes injection molding makes total sense, and we are not disputing that at all. So enclosure, yeah. Oh my goodness, massive lightning.
Oh.
Enclosure. Yeah, I'm looking at one right now. The enclosure itself.
Yeah, we are waiting for the steel parts.
Okay. I know the like some of the add-ons are still being finished. Like not the final underscore final 6 design is done.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Everything takes so much longer now.
Yeah.
I hate this time. I hate this timeline.
Yeah, this time. In some ways, this timeline kind of sucks.
Yeah. Hopefully, everything will be better soon.
More cheese questions. I guess we can leave some more cheese questions for the next time.
Yeah. Colin, the Czech cheese is better, but the Culver's is still very good.
Well, Prusa Connect for Mini follows just quickly after when the Wi-Fi is released. It will be interesting because part of the upgrade will be bootloader upgrade.
Yeah.
First on the Mini.
I'm looking at the early chat because I know I saw some good questions, but
yeah, as as there was a storm since the beginning.
Okay, let me look at current chat. Yeah, Prusa Connect, you just got that cleared. Thanks for featuring my pocket.
Hi, Tom. The pocket catapult is great.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, the pocket catapult is fantastic. Thank you for making it. It is very fun. I'm thinking about making them for the kids in my neighborhood.
There was an interesting suggestion that the Prusa Academy course for the printer could be open before we ship it, or before it arrives, so that people can look for it beforehand.
Yeah,
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm up for that. I thought that it actually gets sent, but after the payment is processed.
I guess after the payment is processed, there's no reason not to unlock it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Also, Joe Casher Breaks and Makes was in there suggesting that we need the briefcase from Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
So that we can go back and get parts, and I definitely agree with that.
I haven't seen Umbrella Academy.
Oh, okay. Third season's out now. You should give it a shot.
I need to. I guess finish the study.
What about the maker statistics on the homepage? Statistics for printables on your models and stuff like that. That's something that's like 40% done. Backend is done, frontend is not done at all. So working on it. And yeah, please expand on that on your idea in the chat or in Twitter or anywhere so we can look at it. Sounds interesting.
Right.
Will Prusa Connect ship it in its own special box? Well, right now you can run it on pretty much anything. We have images for Raspberry Pi, but we are getting some other single board computers, so you can do it because there is no way in hell we can source these and sell them. So it would be just a huge giant backlog. In this regard, it is just much better to search locally. Or buy your own, because I mean, if we would try to buy 50,000 Raspberry Pis, I think Eben would kill me.
Yeah. All right, guys, that is our show. We are done. So thank you all for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much to Maurice for joining us from Dreaming Robots. Everyone, stay safe, keep printing, have fun. We will see you next month. Thanks for coming.
Bye. See you guys.
Bye, guys. Bye.